Where do we start with so much to choose and so little time? The grand final replay debate has dominated in Melbourne, while the heroics of the Roosters is already a fairy tale almost too good to be true in Sydney town. I reckon belief is the key for all four teams involved in the two grand finals this week, particularly Sydney and the Saints. It was the key theme in the rooms at half-time and got St Kilda out of trouble against Collingwood. And if they believe the story about the ugly sisters of Pumpkin and Prince Charming, the Roosters could live happily ever after. Having worn the colours of our country, Robbie Kearns is the expert, and looking resplendent in black, Des Dowling has a bit to say too.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Fantastic weekend of football coming up. We've got the AFL Grand Final on replay on Saturday. I was looking for a result last weekend, but didn't come, unfortunately. And then the NRL Grand Final on Sunday. Should be a fantastic weekend.
And we're talking about the great stories in sport, coming from last to playing the grand final, the Roosters. Obviously, that's captured Sydney's imagination.
Absolutely. From last place last year, and again, not because of salary cap issues, because they were dead set last.
Controversial, Robbie.
They have come from nowhere to make this year's grand final. They will go in as underdogs, but anything can happen.
Will they be embraced by everyone that doesn't support the Dragons? A bit like people say St Kilda are embraced by those that don't support Collingwood?
Absolutely. I think they're going to get a lot of support.
How strong is the mind? How important is the mind, Robbie, when you go into grand finals for the Roosters? Because no one really thinks they could win. People have been telling them all year that they're not good enough, and now they're there. And for the Saints and the Magpies, having to mentally be strong enough to do it all again.
Yeah, I mean, football is one of those things. It's obviously very physical. There's a physical side of it, but also the mental side of it. And talking about the AFL Grand Final, these guys went through absolute heartache last week to go through however many minutes of football and come out with a
nothing,
a nothing feeling. So it's going to be very interesting this week, with especially the AFL, who's going to back up the strongest mentally. But with the NRL, again, I think the fact that there's a lot of pressure on the St George Illawarra Dragons, expectation to win, I think will give the Roosters a little bit of a free rein.
And Desi, what's your drink of choice? You'll be sitting on the couch loving every minute of this.
I'll be on the couch. I'll be having some percolated coffee because I'm not an alcohol drinker, so I'll need it to keep me pumped and primed for the actual event. But I just think you won't get a bigger weekend of sport, will we? Will we ever have? And to sit through the replay, I think that's going to be, hopefully it will be, I don't care if it's a dour struggle, as long as it's not a walkover for one team. I think it'd be a travesty for the team that gets trounced to be remembered for that.
Sadly, I think it's going to be.
And the greatest argument yet why they shouldn't have a replay, why it should just be extra time when they're all pumped.
Disagree with that, but sadly I think it will be. You a popcorn man?
Love it, love it, love it.
All right, we'll stock up. All right.
Not good for the cholesterol, though, Mark. Just a health warning for everyone.
We're just about done. The last word is yours, Desi. You've got to be quick.
Mark Webber, going to be the next great sports story once we clear all the football off the table, because he is headed towards a World Championship. One of the great sporting stories of our time.
Good on you, mate. Thank you for that. And for more of that, and the NRL and AFL deciders, the Commonwealth Games debacle, and your chance to audition for a job as a sports reporter.
Can I do that?
There's an opportunity you don't get every day. You were one once and you were no good. Log on to goodoiltv.com right now and we'll see you there. Guys, 2 winners, 2 words.
I think St George Illawarra Dragons and the Saints.
It's about 80 words.
St George Kilda.
That's 3. I'll give you 1. Saints. They'll both win it. All the best and bye for now.